Hello. Today I wanted to talk about a potential question I'm sure some of you are having, or at least I know I had it when I was reading these myths for the first time. And that's why some of the characters and gods and goddesses have contradictory accounts, whether it be their deeds or how they came to be, how they were created, who their husbands or wives were, or children, right? Why some of these things don't match. The more you read, the more you'll notice this, especially when you branch out of the Hamilton account and move into some other readings as well. So, for instance, you have someone like Dionysus or Bacchus, who is full of contradictions. I mean, he has two names, for one thing. Dionysus has multiple origin stories. I believe in the Hamilton account, he said, or she says that he is born through Zeus and Semele. In other stories, his mother is Persephone, with his father being Zeus. And in a lot of origin stories, he comes out of Zeus's leg, kind of like how Athena comes out of Zeus's head and is full of intellect. Bacchus comes out of Zeus's leg and is full of not quite intellect. So why is this? Why do these myths not match up? Well, there's a number of reasons for it, but I want to give you a little illustration here. So I put two kind of famous pop culture things on the board here. If you were to ask someone, oh, can you explain Harry Potter to me? You could go right through the books and maybe the films, and you could explain Harry Potter just like that, right? Start to finish. It's linear, so to speak. Whereas if you said, can you explain all of Batman to me? Batman would maybe kind of start this way, and then maybe Batman dies in a comic, right? But in another television show, he's going this way or this way. And I mean, you have this story that progresses, but it's not what they would call linear. This would be non-linear storytelling, whereas Harry Potter is linear. There's one account of Harry Potter. Now there can be fan fiction and there can be, offshoots, and maybe Harry Potter one day will look like this. Just like Batman started very linear until you got different accounts and comics ended and different things were created. This is how myth reads. There's all sorts of different artists and different poets and playwrights who've contributed to these myths over thousands of years. And many of the myths started as part of the oral tradition, so they were just told to people rather than written down. So because of that, when someone new is going to tell this story, they're going to change things, they're going to add things, they're going to adapt things. Things are going to change depending on the time of what's going on, if Greece is at war or if they're under plague, right? All those things can impact how the myth has been told. What Hamilton has done is she's taken all these different strings, right? And she's kind of read them all. If this was mythology instead of Batman, she's read them all and put them into what reads like a linear account, right? So if she has Homer, and then she's taken a little bit of Homer, and then she's done Apollodorus, and then she's done Ovid, and then she's, used Sophocles or someone, and she's kind of put it together like this, but this isn't actually how mythology reads. It's really nice for us, and sometimes she acknowledges that there's all sorts of different tellings of these myths. But this isn't exactly how it reads. It's a great introduction. It gets you to know the people. She did her homework. She's read way more mythology than I have, that's for sure, or most people. But it's not the be-all, end-all account. So that's why when we come across some new works here, or even within Hamilton, you're going to notice some big discrepancies in how myth reads. So if you can kind of think of it like a comic book, where you have all these different offshoots, it might help you out as you go forward. Hope that helps.